They're ready here. They are ready in Philadelphia. As they're ready to go, as the Phillies have a 1-0 series lead over the Montreal Expos here in the 1983 playoffs. Welcome everybody, Philadelphia and Montreal. Well, in game number one, Philadelphia won big 5-1. And now Montreal is going to act like the counterpart in Toronto and try and tie this series up. We will be back to Philadelphia for a big game two, as Gullickson for Montreal and Denny for Philadelphia will square off. Well, here we go. John Denny, he's 1-0 in the playoffs, ERA of 1, 9 innings of work, giving up 7 hits, struck out 6, walked 1. His whip is 0.89. And he looks good here for the Philadelphia Phillies. And here comes Al Oliver, who's first on the Nationals with 5 RBIs. He's hitting .417 in the series, and we're ready to go here. And we're going to be underway. It'll be down low to first. Perez will take it. Step on first, 1 out. 1 pitch and 1 out. For the Montreal Expos, they have Oliver, Cromartie, Raines, Dawson, Wallach, and Carter, Little, Spire, and Flynn. They've only hit 4 home runs in the postseason. So they're moving around their lineup a little bit. And here's Warren Cromartie from John Denny. And that'll be fouled off 0-1. 0-1. It'll be on the ground. Picked up, thrown to first, and there's 2 out. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. And that's Joe Morgan with the assist. Very good. And here's Tim Raines hitting .391. He's second on the Nationals. He's very quick. And I believe he's got over 80 speed. He was 1 for 4 last game with a triple. He's fast. And that'll be a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tim Raines and John Denny. That'll be a strike again, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's the little looper to left. That's going to be a base hit. And Tim Raines has 91 speed. They got to be careful about him. Here, top of the first inning, you can see Tim Raines. It's big for him. And now here's Andre Dawson hitting .190. So Andre Raines is on first, and that's going to be a ball up high. Dawson, 3 RBI. He's third on the Expos. Throw to first, he's safe. So John Denny now, 2 outs, the 1-0 to Andre Dawson. That'll be a ball inside, 2-0. Last 3 games, Andre has 3 RBI. He's really picked it up in the latter part of this series, the 2-0. High pop fly, it'll go on back. And Diaz will make the catch, and that's 3 outs. 3 outs, and Philadelphia gets out of it. Just a hit for the Expos, and we go to the bottom of the first. So here is Bill Gullickson, 1-0, .257 ERA, pitched 7 innings, given up 6 hits. 4 strikeouts, no walks, a whip of 0.86. And here's Bob Dernier at 3:48, and Gullickson is ready to go. And the pitch, that'll be on the ground, Dernier. And that'll be foul. Dernier is the fastest player and rankings in speed at 92. They rank him faster than Tim Raines. Ironically, he came in after Vaughn Hayes was injured, and now Dernier and Vaughn Hayes last game were sharing the outfield. Struck him out, 1 out. So Dernier will sit down, and Gullickson has his first. Gullickson, what a pitch. And now you see Vaughn Hayes now hitting 2. Game one he hurt himself. He was back near the end. He'll be 2-0. So Vaughn is 2-0 with 1 out. He'd like to get on. Low 3-0, and Gullickson is down a little bit. Mike Schmidt is on deck. Schmidt has been incredible. And that's going to be a strike. They love Schmidt to be on with nobody out just in case. What I mean in case is just in case. He has a solo shot in him, and that's going to be fouled away. Remember, Atlanta in the World Series of the Champions League had 24 home runs in 5 games. Struck him out, and that's going to be 2 outs. I don't think you're going to see that here. Toronto won game number 2, so they go 3 to Toronto, 1-1, and Philadelphia leads the Expos 1-0. All Eastern teams left. Very big, best of 7. Here's Mike Schmidt. 9 RBIs, first on the Phillies. He's cooled down when it's got RBIs, but he's still hitting pretty well, and that'll be a strike. So Gullickson would like to get Schmidt to end the inning. And that'll be to right field, and it is foul, barely. They got to be careful. Next year we'll have the stadiums here. The O2, and outside 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, 2 and 2. 2 and 2 to Mike. Did he go? No, he didn't. And Bo Diaz will be on deck. Now it's 3 and 2 to Schmidt in the bottom of the first. And that'll be high pop fly. Underneath should be the end of the inning, and it is. And Mike Schmidt pops out. We go to the second inning. It's 0-0. Well, both Canadian counterparts have the same thing, as Tim Wallach will be up. They have the same thing in common. They're both playing the number 1 seeds. No, they're both playing the team that ended up in the World Series. They're both playing the number 2 seeds, which were the teams that ended up in the World Series. Both these Canadian teams, as Wallach was 0 for 4 in the last game, both the Canadian teams did not get in the playoffs normally. Both the Canadian teams were in a wild card round. It was different. Toronto won 6-1, and the Expos needed to come back in the 9th inning to win. And that'll be fouled off. And it'll be 2-1 with 2 outs. A lot of commonalities. And both are not playing. We don't have their stadium here, neither anybody. And Wallach with a base hit, so Tim Wallach gets on the second hit for the Expos. And John Denny looking good here, and now we go to Gary Carter. 1 second here. Hello? right, well, I had to take a phone call here. And a phone call here, so right now, it's Gary Carter, who's only had one hit in the postseason, and Gary, so it'll be 1-0, top of the second inning, and Carter, it's going to be down low 2-0. So Wallach is on first with nobody out, and the Philadelphia Phillies will be it'll be high 3-0 to Carter, and John Denny, he knows. For John Denny, this is going to be very big if he can get out of this. That'll be a strike. They call it in the expanded zone. Sorry about the delay. I just had to get a phone call here. The 3-1. And inside, they walk Gary Carter. So Carter to first. And here's Brian Little. Brian Little at 250. With no outs, 2 on for the Expos. And that'll be high and popped out, 0-1. Oh, this is a big inning for the Expos. If they can get a couple runs and make Philadelphia play catch-up, that would be big. And that'll be high pop fly. It should be an infield fly, and it is. 1 out, with 2 on. And Chris Fire at 143. Now be up with 1 out. That'll be a strike. They paint the corner. Last game, Spire was 0 for 4. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2 with 1 out. No ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Spire's hitting 143. And a swing and a miss here, and that's going to be 3. 2 outs. And here's Doug Flynn, who's hitting 150. This could be a gigantic. That'll be a hit to right field. It's going to bloop down. Are they going to send him down? He's going to get it. They're going to throw home, and it'll be safe. It's off, and it's 1-0 Expos. 1-0 Montreal. Oh my. And Brian Little. No, this is Doug Flynn, sorry. Doug Flynn with the RBI, and the Expos have their first lead of this series. With 2 outs, here's Hal Oliver. And Oliver is swinging a miss. The Expos up 1-0 against the Phillies. And that'll be fouled away quickly, 0-2. Wow, Oliver, you know this is huge. Inside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And oh, and it goes away, and it'll be second and third now. It'll be second and third. And Oliver has a chance to make it 3-0, and that would be absolutely huge. The pitch. Struck him out, and they get out of it. Al Oliver with a big strikeout. But Doug Flynn for the Expos. Doug Flynn, and it's 1-0 Montreal.
Leading up for the Phillies, the catcher, Bo Diaz.
And here's Bo Diaz, who's second on the Phillies. And that'll be high, ball 1 here in the bottom of the second. That'll be on the ground, foul, 1-1. So the 1-1, bottom of the second. Diaz, 4, 5, and 6 will be up, and it's 1-2. Bill Gullickson. And that'll be fouled off. Bo Diaz at 250. And he fouls it off again. So Golick's in with 20 pitches, wanting to try and get the first out of the day, and he does. 1 out. First out of the inning, I would say. And Golick's in his 3rd strikeout.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
And batting 5th, here's Joe Morgan, who's hitting 250. Morgan a swing and a miss here. Morgan has 3 RBI. He's tied for the 2nd on the Phillies. The Phillies have really spread around RBIs, and they've been pretty dangerous. As Morgan the 0-2 with 1 out. The 0-2. High pop fly. And underneath. And that'll be 2 outs now. Bottom of the 2nd. And here's Gary Matthews, who's hitting 130 with 2 RBI. So Golick's in now. 2 outs, and that'll be fouled off 0-1. Last game, Matthews was 1 for 4 with an RBI. And that'll be a ball inside. Game number 2 of the ALCS. If the Phillies end up winning, then they would go to Montreal up 2-0, and that'll end the inning to right field. We go to the 3rd. It's 1-0 Expos. Cromartie, Raines, and Dawson. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Warren Cromartie's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 1st inning. And John Denny now. That'll be fouled off 0-1. A lot of foul balls today. That's one thing I'm noticing. You know, not too many in the earlier games in the playoffs. You know, we only had a few batters where that was an issue. The 1-1. And that'll be on the ground to Perez. 1 out. Runs are always at a premium when it's the postseason. And here's Tim Raines, who's 1 for 1. He singled in the 1st. He's 2 for 5 in the series with a triple. And that's going to be down low, 1-0. Tim Raines, last 4 games, he's 7 for 16. An incredible burst. On the ground to Perez again, 2 out. That's Raines again, who can't get it. And here's Andre. Andre Dawson, who popped out in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. Top of the 3rd. It'll be high ball 1. 2 for 4 with an RBI. A home run and an RBI here, and it'll be a ball inside. Two and 0 with 2 outs. That'll be on the ground, 2-1. Andre Dawson. And that'll be a ball, 3-1 down below. Tim Wallach is on deck. Remember, Wallach had a base hit. That's going to be a strike, 3-2. He might start off again in the 4th inning. He might be the leadoff hitter again. And it'll be a hard shot to base hit. So Andre Dawson with a single. And here's Tim Wallach, who's 1 for 1. And they throw back the 1st, nothing going. They think Dawson might be going. They just got to speed the windup for John Denny, who's going slow sometimes, and that'll be a ball as he throws out of the stretch. 1 for 1 is single, and he scored the only run. They throw back the 1st, and he's safe. Here's Tim Wallach. The 1-0 to Wallach. And that'll be a strike, 1-1. They throw the changeup there at 79. Dawson is on first with 75 speed. And inside 2-1. 2-1 to Tim Wallach here. As the Expos trying to tie up this series, a swing and a miss. With 2 outs. The 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the third. It'll be 3-2. Gary Carter's on deck, and you know, with his Hall of Fame, well, future Hall of Fame career, even back then, he's due. Wallach, and that'll be to right and fouled off. And the ball boy, oh my goodness. 3-2. High pop fly to center field, and that'll be it. So they get out of it. Dawson was on the run. Perez, Maddox into Jesus. So here's Tony Perez hitting 400 in the postseason. A home run and 3 RBI in the bottom of the third inning. And Gullickson now. That'll be a base hit for Perez. Really an unsung hero. He'll be on first with nobody out. Bring it in, and Gary Maddox, the center fielder, who made the last out. He's hitting .324 on the Phillies. And Gullickson, that was the first base hit for Philadelphia. And that'll be high ball 1. Last 6 games hitting .320, 8 for 25. The pitch. Low 2-0. The 2-0. And 2-1. Gary Maddox hitting .320. The 2-1. That'll be low 3-1. And Avonde Jesus is on deck. And can Maddox get 2 runners on? And it'll be on the ground, and it is foul. Barely. It almost hit the base. If it hits the base, it's fair. Now the 3-2 from Gullickson. High pop fly, right the first one out. And now Oliver with the catch. That was big. It was almost 2 on with nobody out. Here's Avonde Jesus. Here in the bottom of the third inning. And here's Gullickson now. Gullickson, and that's going to be a strike. De Jesus is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss here, 0-2. The 0-2. They're in the bottom of the third inning. On the ground, should be easy. They're 6-4-3, and they got him. De Jesus into a double play. And we go to the fourth. It's still 1-0 Montreal. And here comes the kid, Gary Carter. He walked in the second inning. He's only hitting .050 in the postseason. And John Denny will start. That's a ball 1-0. Well, last game Carter was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. And that's going to be high and fouled away, 1-1. Gary almost had a chance to show his skills with people on base. They're saying that he's due for a hot streak. And that's the second strike on him. As Denny with 51 pitches here in the top of the fourth inning. And that could have been a strikeout as it's very top. And now here's number 53. And very close. Brian Little will be on deck here in the top of the fourth. Montreal knocking on the door, but they can't get runs over. And there's the strikeout, and Carter goes down, 1 out. No arguing that. Was that just in the batters? Was that in the strike zone? Well, they're saying it was. The graphics showed it. Here's Brian Little. Brian Little with 1 out here in game number 2. That's a ball down low. Kind of cutting off the top and the bottom of the strike zone. He's 0 for 1. He popped out in the 2nd inning. Denny now high. Pop fly. He's going to pop out again to Maddox. They don't make the catch, 2 out. And that's going to be 2 outs. Gullickson hitting 86. And Denny hitting 87. They're throwing a lot of non-fastballs. Here's Spires, 0 for 1. John Denny. That'll be high, ball 1. So Spire looking to try and get on here in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll be a strike, 1-1. John Denny trying to go 1, 2, 3 in an inning. And that'll be a strike again, 1-2. 1-2 to John Denny. Struck him out, and they caught it, and that's it. They're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Montreal 1 and Philadelphia 0. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Bob Dernier. He struck out in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. In the series, he's 2 for 5. He's been an incredible find in the postseason. Dernier to bunt. He bunts that foul, 0-1. The 0-1 now, and it'll be across 1-1 into the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that'll be 2-1. Bob Dernier. The 2-1. And that'll be to right field. If it hits fair, it's trouble, and it's foul, barely. And Dernier was close. The 2-2. And that'll be fouled away again. And that'll be fouled again and again. Again, this is a foul ball fest today. Unusual for this game where there hasn't been nearly as many as today, and it's 3-2. Those foul balls add up, especially the 2-strike ones. They can give you 15 to 20 more pitches in a game. That'll be on the ground. 2nd to 1st, that's 1 out. So Dernier is out, and now he replaced Vaughn Hayes, and here's Vaughn Hayes, who struck out in the 1st. And Vaughn Hayes from Gullickson. And there's a bunt. Can he pick it up? He bare hands throws to first. They get the out, 2 outs. Tim Wallach, he's had a great day at the plate. And here's Mike Schmidt, though. He hasn't had a hit in this series, and you know that he's going to explode. And that'll be Schmidt to first. Now Oliver will end the inning. We go to the 5th. The score, 1-0 Montreal. They lead here in this series. And here's Dougie Flynn, who's 1 for 1. A single and an RBI. Doug Flynn, and that'll be a ball down low. Last 5 games, he's had a double and 3 RBI. And that'll be 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. So Flynn, 2-0. That'll be fouled off, 2-1. The Expos 1, the Phillies 0 here in the 5th. Swing and a miss here, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-2. Al Oliver will be on deck. They strike him out, and Doug Flynn doesn't like it. Flynn had the RBI for the only RBI of the game, and he gets punched out here. And here's Al Oliver, 0 for 2. And then he again, that'll be high, pop fly to Maddox. Maddox is running, and Maddox makes the catch, 2 out. It's going to be 2 outs to Maddox, and here's Warren Cromartie. He's hitting .208 in the postseason. Both his at-bats today ended in groundouts. So Denny, and that'll be a rip to right field and a base hit. So Cromartie will be on first. He had some big hits in the Dodgers series. And here's Tim Raines, who's 1 for 2. Here in the second inning, in the 5th inning. 2 outs, it's on the ground, they're going to go to second, they throw, and he's going to be safe. So they're going to count that as a wild pitch, and Cromartie will be on second now. And Tim Raines, the 1-0. High pop fly to center field, Maddox with the catch, and that'll end the inning. They go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews. And here comes Diaz in the bottom of the 5th. Gullickson is having one heck of a series. In the postseason, he's doing very well. Here in the 5th inning, and that'll be a strike, as it is a curveball at 75 miles an hour. Diaz 0 for 1 today, and he'll be 1-1. So Diaz, the catcher today, he's caught every game. I don't think there's a game that he didn't catch. He got jammed there, and going is Al Oliver, and he missed it. Al Oliver took a swipe, and he missed it. Well, let's see if it's going to hurt. The 1-2. He'll be 2-2 now. Diaz getting second light. The 2-2 bottom of the 5th. Struck him out, and it won't matter, 1 out. Gullickson has 4 strikeouts today.
Number 8, second baseman,
Joe Morgan now 0 for 1. Bottom of the 5th, and that's going to be a ball inside at 1-0. Gullickson now. The pitch, it'll be low, and a strike here, 1-1. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Joe Morgan, and that's going to be low, 2-1. The former Cincinnati Red, both him and Perez are on this Phillies team. And that'll be fouled away, 2-2. When it's clutch, he does clutch things. Not, I would say, clutch yet. Struck out, and that'll be 2 outs now. And he wants to know about where that pitch was in the strike zone. And here's Gary Matthews. In the bottom of the 5th, high ball 1. So Gary Matthews will be a strike at the top of the strike zone. 1-1. It'll be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. That'll be fouled away. And that's going to be fouled away again. The 2-2 with 2 outs. And fouled away again. Again, there's been a lot of foul balls today. We've said that, just a ton of them. And oh, he struck him out at the top of the zone. And Gary Matthews strikes out. I thought that was going to be ball number 3. The Expos are holding on. And now we go to the bottom of the inning. Top of the 6th, actually, and here's Andre. He's 1 for 2. And Andre Dawson in the 6th, that's going to be a strike. So Andre is 1 for 2 today, and John Denny down low, 1-1. So Andre, it is big for him. And down low, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike for Andre Dawson. That'll be on the ground, 2-2. John Denny here in the top of the 6th. The 2-2 and high, 3-2. Wallach, who has all of a sudden come to life in this game, will be up next. High pop fly. And that'll be easily shortstop to Jesus, 1 out. 1 out at 1-0, and here's Tim Wallach. The single and a run. Here in the top of the 6th. And that'll be a strike. So Wallach had a single, and then he came around and scored the only run of the game. Again, a foul ball off. So John Denny at 78. This will be number 79 in pitches. And that'll be on the ground. And a base hit by Morgan. And Wallach is now 2 for 3. So that's big. Montreal is trying to get some more runs. And 1-0, I don't think is the best. And Gary Carter 0 for 1. Now be high ball 1. How can you should be cheering because a guy that's hitting like 0-45 is up. High and fouled it off, 1-1. You know, you boo the guy hitting a ton. This guy isn't. They'll be down below. This should be a double play. 4, 6, 3. And they make it easy. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And this thing is still 1-0. Perez, Maddox, and DeJesus, as Gullickson will be in the bottom of the 6th. Montreal only with 1 run, and that's going to be a strike. So Tony Perez, last game he was 2 for 4. Today he's 1 for 1, and a swing and a miss here. Very big for Gullickson as it's 0-2 to Perez. And that'll be on the ground. Wallach to Oliver, 1 out. Good defense. This thing could be, here's Gary Maddox. He popped out in the 30s, 0 for 5 in the series. I'm serious. This series could be very tight, both of these. And it's 0-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'll be down below 1-1. So Gullickson now. 1-1, that'll be on the ground and a base hit. So only their 2nd of the day. And only the 2nd base hit of the day. Gullickson has pitched 5 1/3, only given up 2 hits. Struck out 6, walked none, and done that all in 70 pitches. And here's DeJesus. He grounded out in the 30s, 0 for 1 today, hitting 160 in the postseason. With no out, Gullickson. This could be low ball 1. This could be big for the Phillies if they can get a couple runners on with nobody out. Like a chain, the next one is more important in the first, and Dallas Green looking on. Trying to rewrite history and win a World Series, but you got to get the one first. And that'll be inside 2-1. Olympic Stadium will be game number 3. They're going to be up to game number 3 there. And that'll be on the ground. Could be 2. 6, 4, 3. And it was a little bit of trouble picking it up by the shortstop. And they get the double play. It's still 1-0 Expos. They go to the 7th. The 7th inning, Brian Little will be up. He's 0 for 2. A fly out and a pop out. And Little. And that'll be on the ground. They'll go to first and 1 out. So 1 out. Chris Spire. With 2 strikeouts, he's 0 for 2. And that'll be on, and a base hit for Spire to left field. And there we go, so Spire gets on. And here's Doug Flynn. He has the only RBI of the game. Dougie Flynn. He knocked into Molick. So 1 on with 1 out to Flynn. And that'll be a strike. In the bullpen, Tug McGraw and Ed Farmer. McGraw's number 45 and Farmer's number 41. The 0-1 with 1 out. And it'll be a ball outside, 1-1. Flynn is 1 for 2 today. John Denny. That'll be on the ground. It could be 2. They go 4, 6, 3. No, he's safe. A lot of double plays here. And that one wasn't one of them. He beats it out, and here's Al Oliver. Oliver's 0 for 3. A classic pitching matchup. That's going to be a ball inside. 1-0. The 1-0. They're in the top of the 7th. And that's going to be a strike. 1-1. And it'll be low, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th. That'll be hard hit, right field, and foul. Oh. And everybody's going ooh on that one, the 2-2. Struck him out, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The bottom of the 7th inning, 1-0 Montreal. Bottom of the 7th inning, and you got Bob Dernier. He struck out and grounded out. He's 2 for 6 in the series. And Gullickson now trying to get. Here's the bullpen, Jeff Reardon and Schaffner. Reardon's the one with the beard. Gullickson's number 34, and he's working 74 pitches early. And now it's 2-0, bottom of the 7th inning. They'll be down low, 3-0. Vaughn Hayes is on deck. And they know that Dernier would be a force on base. And Gullickson, there's the strike. They're trying to get Bob Dernier on so that Vaughn Hayes can knock him over. Philadelphia down by 1. Now it'll be on the ground and foul, 3-2. Bottom of the 7th inning. Dernier now. And he reached for that one. Again, the 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. And that'll be to right field, right? And they get him 1 out. That was Cromartie with the catch. So a line drive there. Here's Vaughn Hayes, 2 for 6 in the series. A strikeout and a ground out today, 0 for 2. That'll be down low, 1-0. He's starting to get less and less control. Gullickson. And on the ground, this will be short to first. 2 outs. It's the thinnest of thin leads. And here's Mike Schmidt in the series. He's 0 for 4. A fly out and a ground out. And that'll be on the ground, and Gullickson, he's going to have to pick it up and throw him out, and he does. And we go to the 8th. 8th inning, it is 1-0 Expos. So new pitcher Tug McGraw, 1-0, his only save opportunity he got. He pitched 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Righties hate him and lefties don't like him. And here's Cromartie. 1 for 3 is singles in the 5th inning. And the first pitch from McGraw is outside a ball. Philadelphia wants to hold Montreal. They know that they have an off day to rest McGraw, and that'll be fouled off 1-1. So the 1-1. McGraw. And down low should be De Jesus to Perez. 1 out. Well, here's John Denny, 7 innings pitched, giving up 7 hits. 1 run, it was earned. He struck out 6, walked 1, and 92 pitches. Tim Raines down, 1 for 3 with 1 out. In the top of the 8th inning. And that'll be a ball outside, 1-0 with 1 out in the 8th. They don't like it. Raines is fast. If he gets on, it could be trouble. And the pitch, it's going to be high, 2-0. Philadelphia would like to win today and go 2-0. The 2-0. And it'll be 3-0 to Raines, and Andre Dawson is on deck. So Tug now will have it to 3-0. He might throw this down the middle, and he doesn't, and Tim Raines walks with 1 out. And an un-Tug McGraw-like performance there, and here's Andre. Remember, Tug was on the 69 Mets. I never knew it until out of the park baseball, and that's a strike. Andre Dawson. They throw to first, he's going to be safe. So Andre again, 1 for 3. A pitch by McGraw. And that'll be a strike, 0-2 with an out. Andre's building his average up. He was really bad in the last few games. He's built it up. The 0-2, they throw to first, they got him. And Andre Dawson will start the next inning up to bat with a fresh count. No, he still stays. I thought that was 3 outs. But now it's the 0-2 with 2 outs. Oh, they ran him right out of the inning, and it's 1-2, so close. And the fans here, they know it is big. They want to get out of the inning. And here in Philadelphia, the 1-2 to Andre Dawson. High pop fly to Maddox. He'll run in. It's a base hit. It's over the head of Morgan, and that's going to be a base hit, and it's sort of big. Andre Dawson, the Hawk, gets on first, and here's 2 for 3. If he puts it right, it might be 2-0. And McGraw, and that'll be a strike. 2 singles, and he scored a run. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. He's 2 for 7 now. The 0-1 with 2 outs. And that's going to be a strike. 0-2. With 2 outs. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Low, and will he go to second? No. And they'll give it back to McGraw. And that'll be on the ground. No harm, no foul. The 1-2 with 2 outs for Tim Wallach. And leans over to right field and caught by Dernier. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews. So here comes Bo Diaz now, 0 for 2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That'll be high ball 1. So Gullickson, 84 pitches coming into this inning. And Diaz again fouls it away, 1-1. The 1-1 with nobody out. That'll be a base hit for Bo Diaz, so they're going to try and go to second. The trouble is, he's a catcher and he has only 26 speed. And that is big. And Joe Morgan now, this is clutch time. This is clutch for Joe Morgan. And Morgan on the ground and a base hit. He does it again. And he's safe there, 2 are on, almost. A 9-4. A 7-4 play, but no. And here's Gary Matthews now, 2 on with nobody out. Gullickson here. This is the bottom of the 8th. If Philly gets 2, that's huge. And they're going to go and bunt. It's down below, ball 1. 1-0 to Gary Matthews. And that's going to be a bunt. They go. They throw to second. They get 1. They throw to first. They safe there. The tying run is in sacrifice position. They get him over to third, and here's Tony. After 90 pitches, Gullickson will go to him. Perez is 1 for 2 today, hitting over 400 in the postseason. And it'll be a strike. Big for Perez. And a fly ball, and this game's tied at 1. That's going to be 2. 0-2 with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Struck him out. There's 2 outs. There's no sacrifice. They got to get a base hit, and Perez, the former Cincinnati Red who's been clutch all playoffs, goes down. And here we go. Here is Gary Maddox. If Maddox gets a hit, we're tied. Bottom of the 8th. And that'll be high ball 1. So Gullickson now, very big. And that'll be, oh, they get that strike. They rung up Matthews on it earlier in the game. Gary Matthews got rung up on that same pitch. The 1-1 now, and down below, this will be second. They flip it to there, and that's it. 4-6 down the inning, and Gullickson gets out of it. No runs. The Expos looking for insurance. And here comes Ed Farmer. 1 game, 1 inning. Righties hate him, lefties okay. He's given up really no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. And here's Gary Carter, 0 for 2. And Ed Farmer now, and I'll be inside ball 1. Montreal is trying to get it insurance. And that'll be 1-1. I think they need it. I really think they need it. You know Philadelphia is going to be trying as hard as they can to win game number 2 here. Carter to right field. That's going to be a base hit, a huge base hit for Gary Carter. He has 44 speed. He's going to second, and he gets a double with nobody on, with nobody out, and nobody on. And here in the 9th, he's the insurance. Brian Little. And Little with nobody out here, second inning. Inside ball 1. In the top of the 9th inning, sorry. Oh my, sometimes it's just been a long day. Pitch again, it'll be 2-0. Gary Carter, a huge double. Brian Little is on. The 2-0. Now to be down below. They'll move Carter to third. Morgan to Perez, 1 out. And now the sacrifice position is Gary Carter. Here's Spire, got his first base hit of the series. He's 1 for 3 today, 1 for 7 in the series. And that'll be outside. Oh, it hit the ground. 1-0 though. They throw to third. He's safe. You got to be careful if you're Ed Farmer. That runner on third is huge. Inside 2-0 with 1 out. Chris Spire. The 2-0. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 2-1. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. The 2-1. On the ground, Perez, they're not coming home. 2 outs. Nobody comes home. He stays there. And it'll be 2 outs here, and here's Doug Flynn. Flynn is 1 for 3. And if he gets a base hit, then that would be insurance all over the place. It's 1-0 with 2 outs here. In the top of the 9th. The 1-0. Down below, 2-0. Flynn is getting a little bit more dangerous. We could have both series at 1-1. Wins by the home, then the road. It's 3-0. Here's Hal Oliver is going to be on deck. The 3-0, Farmer. And that's going to be a strike. 3-1 to Doug Flynn. On the ground, it's foul. Oh, barely. Flynn, 3-2. On the ground, it's going to go second to first. And that's 3 outs. Bottom of the 9th, 1-0. So here we go, a pinch hitter. Greg Gross, who was so unbelievable in the last round against the Braves. He's hitting .667. He's had a lot of at-bats. And here's Greg Gross now. And that's going to be a strike. Gullickson is going to try and get the complete game. If Gullickson can do that, that would be so huge. And that's going to be a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. The Expos down 1-0. A swing and a miss here, 1-2. The Expos win. They tie the series up. And that'll be Gross, and he fouls it away. 1-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. High pop fly, center field. And there's the catch, 1 out. So Gross doesn't get on. They're hoping to get on with nobody out. Gullickson, what a performance today. 101 pitches. He might do a complete game shutout. And here's Dernier, 0 for 3, lined out in the 7th. Dernier now, and Dernier, that'll be fouled off, 0-1. We're rooting for somebody to get on, Dernier, and that'll be a shot at a base hit. Now he has 92 speed, so he's the man you want on. Here in the bottom of the 9th. And Vaughn Hayes, 0 for 3. And that's going to be a strike. I'll tell you what, if Philadelphia home runs, that would be absolutely, you'd have people going absolutely insane on that one. Hayes is 0 for 3, and it's high, 1-1. 1-1 with 1 out. So Oliver again. 1-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Oh, he's going. It's going to be on the ground. They throw to second. He's easily in. It's 2-1 to Vaughn Hayes. And at second base, this is big. And now Vaughn Hayes, the 2-1 to Vaughn Hayes with 1 out. Now to be on the ground, they're going to keep him. They throw to third, 2 outs. And now they're going for a new pitcher. So in for pitching is Bryn Smith. 3 games, 3 saves, 3 opportunities, 1 strikeout. Righties are good with them. Lefties are all right with them. And he's got Mike Schmidt here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. One of the biggest at-bats for Montreal for this series. The pitch. Strike there, 0-1. Schmidt does not have a hit this series. The 0-1 to Mike Schmidt. And down low, 1-1. It's not as easy as walk Schmidt and get the next guy. It's not that easy. And that's going to be a ball inside, 2-1. 2-1 to Mike Schmidt. Bryn Smith started out with a strike. 3-1. And Bryn Smith, Bo Diaz is next. He could be maybe the final out. Schmidt is the last hope with 2 outs. And they strike. Oh, that was outside, and they're going to call it on him. And it's 3-2 now with 2 outs. In the bottom of the 9th, can Schmidt go 0 for 4? This is so big. The pitch. Struck him out, and look at Montreal. They know it. A 1-0 win. 1-0 win for Montreal. Oh my. And Philadelphia and Montreal are tied at a game apiece. Mike Schmidt strikes out with Dernier on second. That's the final score. We're going to zip by everything because of time constraints. Have a great day. Montreal 1-1. Here's the box score. Here's the pitching for the Expos. Here's the Phillies. And here it is. And now I got to make a phone call. I'll see you later. See you next game.